How's it going, everybody? Hopefully you can hear me okay. Let me know if we need to adjust the levels or not. We're going to get started with trivia in about 15 minutes or so here. If you want to play trivia, you will need a paper. I've got some here. There's some at the bar inside. That's going to have your instructions for how you're submitting answers tonight, since we're not going to be passing papers back and forth or anything. So grab one of those if you need to. Otherwise, we'll get started here in about 15 minutes. We're going to get our trivia night going here in about 5 minutes. 5 minutes till we start with trivia. If anybody wants to play, there's some papers. I have some on my table up here, or there's some at the bar. You got plenty of time still to go through, get another beer, you get something from the food truck, use the bathroom, do whatever you got to do. And there's a QR code with some instructions on a piece of paper that you can pick up at the bar when you do that, or grab one up here from me if you don't have one already. But yeah, about 5 minutes till we get started here tonight. Yeah. Yeah. I sort of quit shaving since I was wearing the mask all the time. It's like, yeah. Yeah, go ahead and take one of those. So there's some instructions with a QR code on the back of it, since we're not doing the write-in thing anymore. And then your picture round is inside there, so don't open that yet. But we'll get started here in just a couple of minutes. If you're interested in playing, you don't have to sign up or anything like that. Just come up and grab one of these papers that I have either on my table, or there's some up at the bar if you need to go get another beer or use the bathroom or whatever before we get started. Got about 2 minutes before we get going. Oh, that's really nice. Yeah. Nice. You playing tonight? Yeah, just grab one of those. So on the back of that is a QR code. So you'll use your phone to submit your answers using that. And then the inside is your picture round. So don't open that yet until we get to the picture round. Yep. I could. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Hey, everybody. Welcome to our Parsons North Trivia Night. Welcome back if you've been here before. Welcome not back if you haven't. Here's the way this is going to work. If you haven't been with me before, I'm going to ask you 8 rounds of questions, 7 questions per round. You are going to do your best to answer those questions. Each question in the first 7 rounds is just worth 1 point. I like to make the math easy on myself. Our final round is worth double, so 2 points apiece for the final round. So if anybody's trying to keep track here, your total maximum possible score will be 63 points. And this is going to last 2 hours tonight, so I'll have you out of here by 9 o'clock. I know we've got some people playing solo, some people playing as a team on the patio, some people playing as a team with their household at home, and some people who have put together like socially distanced teams. I don't think anybody's figured out a way to play with some people on the patio and some people at home. If you can do that, let me know. I'm sure that's possible. But since we do have some customers who like to be on the patio and some customers who are playing it safe at home, I want you to play however is comfortable and convenient for you, whether you're here or whether you're watching on YouTube. You're more than welcome, of course, to play along passively and just see how much you know. But if you want to be part of the competition, I do need you to use my answer form. If you're playing on the patio here, just hold your phone up to the QR code on that piece of paper. If you need a QR code, I've got one more sitting up here. There's also some at the bar, so come up and grab one. But that QR code is going to take you to the answer sheet. If you're playing at home, just click on the link in the video description, or you can hold your phone up to the QR code that's on the screen. Those will all take you to the same place. A couple of quick notes about that answer form. I want you to make sure you're picking the same team name every time, just so my spreadsheet will recognize you as the same team. That means please be sure to spell your team name exactly the same from round to round. So pick something that's going to be easy for you to type and easy for you to remember. I don't care what it is, as long as it's the same every time. The other thing is that I'm going to ask you to pick the round number every time. So 1 through 8, just select the correct round number that we're on. We haven't worked out a good way to do prizes for trivia with everybody having their phones out on the table. So we're not doing prizes. Instead, everybody who's playing trivia tonight gets 10% off their tabs just for playing. Show that paper to your bartender when you're cashing out, or just let them know that you're playing trivia tonight, and they'll take 10% off your bill. If you're playing from home, we're not going to leave you out. I will give out a promo code that you can use for 10% off your next online order for pickup or delivery here from the bar. That's all I got for you. I'm going to ask that you don't yell out answers, of course, or type your answers into the YouTube chat if you're playing from home. Otherwise, let's just go ahead with round 1 here. I'll ask you about... Round 1's going to be questions about Ohio, all local stuff. I have a couple of rounds tonight, a couple of categories tonight, celebrating the return of Ohio State football this week. Our first one's going to be all about Ohio. So get your answer forms ready for round 1. Here's question number 1. In 1998, what sitting U.S. Senator from Ohio became the oldest person to fly in space? Question 1 again. In 1998, what sitting U.S. Senator from Ohio became the oldest person to fly in space? Question 2. What city served as capital of Ohio from 1803 to 1810, and again from 1812 to 1816, before the legislature voted to move to Columbus? Number 2 again, what city served as capital of Ohio from 1803 to 1810, and again from 1812 to 1816, before the legislature voted to move to Columbus? Number 3, what liberal arts school in the northeast part of the state was the first co-educational college in the United States? Number 3 again, what liberal arts school in the northeast was the first co-educational college in the United States? Here's question 4. What Dayton rock band had a #1 hit in 1965 with Hang On Sloopy, a song that has since become the official state rock song? Number 4 again, what Dayton rock band had a #1 hit in 1965 with Hang On Sloopy, a song that has since become the official state rock song? Number 5, a monument to what American naval commander can be found in Put-in Bay in honor of victory in the Battle of Lake Erie during the War of 1812? Number 5 again, a monument to what American naval commander can be found in Put-in Bay in honor of victory in the Battle of Lake Erie during the War of 1812? Question 6. Of the 7 U.S. presidents who were born in Ohio, who was the only one to serve 2 full 4-year terms? Number 6 again, of the 7 U.S. presidents who were born in Ohio, who was the only one to serve 2 full 4-year terms? And our final question about Ohio, how many stars are there on the Ohio state flag? Number 7 again, how many stars are there on the Ohio state flag? I'm going to put 2 minutes on the clock here for you to get those answers into me. You got a couple of minutes to get everything figured out. Let me know if you have any problems with the technical side of things, and we'll see if we can work it out. But otherwise, you got 2 minutes. While you're working on that, I will go over a little preview here of what we're dealing with tonight. Our next round is going to be all about dances and dancing. Round 3 is a category I'm calling fancy feasting. That's all about cat food. Just kidding, not about cat food. Number 4 is going to be a picture round. Round 5 will be about bones. It'll be an anatomy round. Round 6 will be our music round. Round 7, movies. And we're going to finish with a round that I'm calling OHIO that I will explain when we get there. Got about a minute and a half or so left to get those answers in for round 1. All right, go ahead and get those answers in to me if you haven't done so already. I'd like to welcome the teams we have playing tonight. Looks like I've got 8 teams so far that have submitted answers for round 1. We have Shove It Up Your Butt. We have NyQuil Jordan. Tycho. City Socialists. BAC. Trivia. The Ringers. And Pinky and the Brain. If I didn't read out your team name, that's because I didn't get an answer sheet from you for round 1. So go ahead and get that to me if you haven't done so already. This is your last call for answers for round 1. All right, I don't see anything else popping up on my screen, so let's go over our answers for round 1. That was a little bit of a tougher round, but we actually did have one perfect score that time. Tycho, nice work, Tycho. You guys got 7 out of 7. Question number 1. In 1998, what sitting U.S. Senator from Ohio became the oldest person to fly in space? Most teams got this one. That was John Glenn. Number 2, what city served as capital of Ohio from 1803 to 1810 and again from 1812 to 1816 before the legislature voted to move to Columbus? That was Chillicothe. Chillicothe was the first capital of Ohio. If anybody's curious, in between 1810 and 1812, it was Zanesville for 2 years. Number 3, what liberal arts school in the northeast part of the state was the first coeducational college in the United States? That was Oberlin College. Number 4, what Dayton rock band had a number 1 hit in 1965 with Hang On Sloopy, a song that was has since become the official state rock song? That was the McCoys. I think 3 teams got that. Number 5, a monument to what American naval commander can be found in Put-in-Bay in honor of victory in the Battle of Lake Erie during the War of 1812? That was Commodore Oliver Hazard Perry. Perry is the answer. Perry Monument is that big tower on Put-in-Bay. Number 6, of the 7 U.S. presidents who were born in Ohio, who was the only one to serve 2 full 4-year terms? I think 4 of them died in office. So we have a lot of Ohio presidents, but they didn't do great once they got to be president. Ulysses S. Grant was the only one who served 2 terms. And number 7, how many stars are there on the Ohio state flag? It's the number of stars that was the number state we were when we joined the Union. Ohio was the 17th state, and therefore there are 17 stars on the flag. So nice job again to Tycho, who did well that round. We're going to move right along to round 2. Round 2, all about dances and dancing. If you need to use that QR code again, you can do that. There's also a button at the bottom of that form that just says submit another response. That's probably the easiest way to get back to the answer form. Here we go with round 2. Question number 1. Chubby Checker had 3 top 10 hits in the early 1960s with the name of what dance in the titles? Number 1 again, Chubby Checker had 3 top 10 hits in the early 1960s with the name of what dance in the titles? Question number 2. What was the name of Michael Flatley's touring theatrical show that premiered in 1995 and featured Irish step dancing? Number 2 again, what was the name of Michael Flatley's touring theatrical show that premiered in 1995 and featured Irish step dancing? Remember when Irish folk dancing was a weird fad for like 6 months or something in the 90s? Number 3, Swan Lake and the Nutcracker are ballets with scores written by what Russian composer? Number 3 again, Swan Lake and the Nutcracker are ballets with scores written by what Russian composer? Here's question 4. What dance is called kahiko when performed with traditional instruments and awana when accompanied by instruments with Western influence, like the ukulele? Number 4 again, what dance is called kahiko when performed with traditional instruments and awana when accompanied by instruments with Western influence, like the ukulele? Number 5, the haka is a ceremonial challenge dance performed by the Maori people of what country? Number 5 again, the haka is a ceremonial challenge dance performed by the Maori people of what country? Here's number 6. What dance company is headquartered at Radio City Music Hall in New York City? Number 6 again, what dance company is headquartered at Radio City Music Hall in New York City? And here's our final dance question. Jarabe Tapatio is the Spanish language name for the performance we know better as what national folk dance? Number 7 again, Jarabe Tapatio is the Spanish language name for the performance we know better as what national folk dance? That's it for our category about dance. Once again, I'm going to put 2 minutes on the clock here. You got 2 minutes to get your answers worked out and turned into me. If you think the questions are too easy, too hard, I welcome feedback. I'm happy to take category requests if anybody has anything they think would be fun or they want me to ask about or they know a lot about or whatever. Happy to do it. You got about a minute left to get your round 2 answers into me. All right, go ahead and get your round 2 answers turned in. I think we've got all our answers in for round 2. Let's go over our answers here. No perfect scores that time, but there were a few 6s. Question 1 for round 2 was, Chubby Checker had 3 top 10 hits in the early 1960s with the name of what dance in the titles? Those were The Twist, Well, the twist is the name of the dance. It's also the name of the first song, and then he did Let's Twist Again and the Peppermint Twist. And I think he had a couple other twist songs that were not big hits later. He kind of milked that twist thing for a while. Number 2, what was the name of Michael Flatley's touring theatrical show that premiered in 1995 and featured Irish step dancing? That was called Riverdance. Riverdance. And then he came out a few years later with Lord of the Dance, but Riverdance was the one in 1995. Number 3, Swan Lake and the Nutcracker are ballets with scores written by what Russian composer? That's Tchaikovsky. Number 4, what dance is called kahiko when performed with traditional instruments, and awana when accompanied by instruments with Western influence, like the ukulele? Hopefully the ukulele sent you straight to Hawaii. The answer is the hula. The hula. Number 5, the haka is a ceremonial challenge dance performed by the Maori people of what country? The national rugby team of this country also does it before every game. That's New Zealand. New Zealand. Number 6, what dance company, is headquartered at Radio City Music Hall in New York City, known for their precision kick lines? This is the Rockettes. The Rockettes is the answer. And number 7, I don't think anybody got this one, so don't feel bad if you missed it. You are not alone. Jarabe Tapatio is the Spanish language name for the performance we know better as what national folk dance? It's the Mexican hat dance. That's the national folk dance of Mexico. The Mexican hat dance is Jarabe Tapatio. We're just going to keep moving along here. Round 3, I'm calling Fancy Feasting. Not about cat food. It's about expensive foods, luxury foods, that kind of thing. This is our food and drink round for the night. So go ahead and get your round 3 answer forms ready. Here's question number 1. What is the most expensive fungus in the world, which you can get in white or black varieties? Number 1 again, what is the most expensive fungus in the world, which you can get in white or black varieties? Question 2, what Persian spice that will run you $2,000 per pound is used to season the Spanish rice dish paella? Number 2 again, what Persian spice that will run you $2,000 per pound is used to season the Spanish rice dish paella? I don't know who's buying it by the pound, but if you did, it would be $2,000. Question 3, the most expensive steaks in the world are Wagyu beef from the area around what Japanese city? Number 3 again, the most expensive steaks in the world are Wagyu beef from the area around what Japanese city? Question 4, at more than $3,000 per pound, the most expensive kind of caviar comes from the beluga sturgeon, a fish you can find in what huge body of water? Number 4 again, at more than $3,000 per pound, the most expensive kind of caviar comes from the beluga sturgeon, a fish you can find in what huge body of water? Number 5, the Spanish seasonal delicacy angulas consists of what creatures sautéed in olive oil and garlic? Number 5 again, the Spanish seasonal delicacy angulas, consists of what creatures sautéed in olive oil and garlic? Number 6, if you want to pay upwards of $100 for a cup of coffee, try Indonesian kopi luwak, made from beans that have passed through the digestive tract of what cat-like animal? It is a little bit disgusting. Number 6 again, if you want to pay upwards of $100 for a cup of coffee, try Indonesian kopi luwak, made from beans that have passed through the digestive tract of what cat-like animals? And here's question 7. In Japan, there is a booming market for high-end luxury fruits, including the black densike kind of what, which have been sold at auction for over $5,000 a piece. Number 7 again. In Japan, there is a booming market for high-end luxury fruits, including the black densike kind of what, which have been sold at auction for over $5,000 a piece. That is our final question for round 3. You got 2 minutes to get your round 3 answers turned into me. Yeah, sure. Which one do you need? Yeah, number 5 again. The Spanish seasonal delicacy angulas consists of what creatures sautéed in olive oil and garlic? Got about 30 seconds left to get those answers in. All right, go ahead and get your answers in if you haven't done so already. I think we have almost all of our answers in already. Don't feel too bad if you struggled with that round. I think our average score for that round was about 3 or maybe a little bit more than 3. The top score was 5, so there were some hard questions, especially the second half of that category was pretty tough. But we'll go over our answers here. Number 1, what was the most expensive fungus in the world, which you can get in white or black varieties? Those are truffles. Number 2, what Persian spice that will run you $2,000 per pound is used to season the Spanish rice dish paella? That's saffron. Number 3, the most expensive steaks in the world are Wagyu beef from the area around what Japanese city? That's Kobe. You've probably heard of Kobe beef. Number 4, at more than $3,000 per pound, the most expensive kind of caviar comes from the beluga sturgeon, a fish found in what huge body of water? Have to think Russia for this one. It's the Caspian Sea. Number 5, the Spanish seasonal delicacy angulas consists of what creatures sautéed in olive oil and garlic? I don't think anybody got this one, but it's pretty similar to the Spanish word for what they are. If anybody speaks Spanish, they're baby eels or elvers, eels, but they just sauté them and eat them like noodles. It's kind of, I don't know. Maybe it's good. I haven't tried it. Number 6, if you want to pay upwards of $100 for a cup of coffee, try Indonesian kopi luwak, made from beans that have passed through the digestive tract of what cat-like animals? They're civets. Civets is the animals. There are places in America where you can get this kind of coffee, but it'll cost you like $80 to $100 for a cup. Number 7, in Japan, there is a booming market for high-end luxury fruits, including the black densike kind of what, which have been sold at auction for $5,000 a piece. You can Google these if you want to see a picture of them. They're black watermelons. Black watermelons. They're pretty weird looking. I think we will do better on the picture round here. Number 4 is going to be our picture round. Go ahead and open up those papers if you have them in front of you. Hopefully you can see okay. Everybody's got a phone, so you got a flashlight with you if you need it. And they put it in black and white, so we'll see how well you can see. But they're just the names of musical artists or bands is the answer. Can you see them okay? Kinda. So yeah, I'm gonna put 5 minutes on the clock here. All I want is the name of the artist or band that you see in the picture here. There is sort of a hidden theme to it. You know what? Oh, is there one there? Oh, great. Okay. Yep. Yeah. So you got 5 minutes starting now. There is a hidden theme to all of those, but I'm not gonna tell you what it is. Hopefully, it'll help a little bit if you figure it out. But just who it is, just the name of the group or the name of the performer. They're all musicians or bands. I know a couple of those printed pretty dark when I did it in black and white, so hopefully you can see what they are okay. If you're playing online, of course, it's in full color, so they have a little bit of an advantage. Yep, just name the artist. Nothing fancy. If you want to come look at my screen up here real quick, you can. If anybody's having trouble seeing anything, I've got my mask on. If anybody wants to come throw a mask on and come look at my screen, at least you can see it in color that way. I know a couple of those pictures didn't print out very well. Sure. No, I'm fine. Thanks. Okay. Yeah, you too. Okay. Right. You know, they're probably all pretty dark. There are more copies at the bar. If you want, I can turn my screen around here and you can look at them for just a couple of minutes here. That way, at least you can see it in color. I know when I printed them in black and white, some of them turned out real dark. Got about 2 minutes left to get those picture round answers into me. Yeah, you got it. You got about 30 seconds to get your answers in for round 4. All right, go and get those answers turned in for our picture round. I think we're just waiting on 1 or 2 teams. I don't know if anybody figured out the secret pattern. All of those were bands or musical artists with 4-letter names, so that might have helped if anybody noticed that. We'll put the picture around here back up on the screen and go over our answers here, and then we will take a halftime break so you guys can go get another beer or get something from the food truck or do what you need to do. Let's go over our answers here. Number 1, that's Jay-Z. Number 2 is Pink. Number 3 is Wham. Number 4, that's Muse. Number 5, dressed up like whatever they're dressed up like, is Guar. Number 6, that's Devo. And number 7 is ABBA. I think we did have a perfect score that time. I think Pinky and the Brain got 7 out of 7. Nice job, Pinky and the Brain. Let's check in with our leaderboard here, our standings, before we take a break, see how everybody's doing. We're not playing for any gift cards or anything again, but that doesn't mean we can't have a winner. Oh, they all had 4-letter names. They were all bands or artists that had 4-letter names. Bear with me just a second here while I get our answer sheet, or our leaderboard in order. Okay, so I think we had 8 teams playing. Right now, bringing up the rear is NyQuil Jordan. They have 8 points, followed by the Ringers with 10 points. Trivia has 12 points. BAC is currently in 5th place with 15 points. We have a tie at 3rd place, Shove It Up Your Butt, and the City Socialists have 16 points apiece. And another tie in 1st place, 22 points apiece for Tycho and Pinky and the Brain. So that's what our standings look like right now. We're going to take about a 15-minute break here before we get started with our second half of trivia. So stick around, go get another beer, go get something from the food truck, and we'll be back in about 15 minutes or so with more trivia. All right, thanks, guys. See you in a few minutes. Yeah, just 1 point per correct answer. I try to keep it simple for me so I don't have to do math. But
yeah, we were trying.
Yeah, so no wagering, no. Yeah.
Just our account was all up.
Oh, really?
So we were like,
Which team are you? How many did you think you guys had? I can take a look here.
Well, that last round we got 6.
Oh, I wonder if I missed.
The one before we got 4, the one before we got 3, I think, and the one before we got 2. So, but our total was 8. We were just curious. It's not a big deal.
No, I mean I don't mind taking a look at it. Yeah, it's definitely possible that I miscounted. Oh, you know, I don't think I got a score in here for the picture round, so I might have missed that.
No problem. I know we missed the one. I thought it was Blur and it was Views.
Oh yeah, you should have got 6 on that one. So let's see, why didn't that show up? Yeah, so you should have 14. Does that sound right?
That's cool. That's better.
Okay.
But we just thought we were like maybe miscounting on.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I mean, we were like, oh, maybe they discount points for getting ones wrong.
No, I don't know why it didn't get a.
We were just confused.
Yeah, we'll blame technology for that, but I'll get it fixed in.
Please don't announce it. Don't announce that I can't ask you.
No, that's fine. This does have the answers.
Okay. Read them off real quick.
So 1998, what sitting U.S. senator from Ohio became the oldest person to fly in space?
Yeah, go ahead.
What city served as capital of Ohio from 1809 to 1810 and began to meet
Philadelphia.
What liberal arts school in the Northeast was the first co-educational college in the
Auburn.
United States? What Dayton rock band had a number one hit in 1965 with Hang On Sleepy?
Now, the Ohio players.
Nope, McCoys.
McCoys. Who's the Ohio players?
What song did they do?
They had a song, right?
Yeah, they're a band.
They're a band
From
that
Ohio.
like had a number one hit too, right? Maybe. The
They
McCoys.
didn't sing our skate rock song. Monument of what American naval commander founded Clinton Bay?
Okay.
Of the 7 U.S. presidents who were born in Ohio, who is the only one to serve 2 full 4-year terms?
Oh, two full, not.
Herbert Cleveland.
No, he's not. Yeah, Herbert Cleveland.
Is he from Ohio?
No, he's from Virginia. Two.
2 full 4-year terms. He's the only one who didn't die in office and ran for re-election. Or won that seat. Because 4 of them died in office.
Four from Ohio.
I think 4 of the 7 from Ohio died in office.
Really?
McKinley and Garfield were both assassinated.
Right.
Harris,
Taft. Answer that.
I don't think Taft served a second term, did he? U.S. Grant is the answer.
Grant.
Grant. Grant, I mean, he was so popular.
Yeah. I thought he was too drunk to serve a second term.
And how many stars are there in the United States?
All right. Not well enough. The McCoys, I should know that. I gotta find out who the Ohio players is.
We'll come back with our second half of trivia in about 5 minutes. All right, did everybody make it back okay? Everybody get done what they needed to get done in the halftime break? We're going to keep it going here. Our round five questions are going to be all about bones. This is sort of an anatomy plus category. I realize now I probably should have saved this round for next week and done some spooky theme for Halloween. I'll still try to come up with some spooky theme categories for next week if anyone wants to show up on Halloween week. Hopefully it'll be nice out here on the patio. But in the meantime, I'm going to ask you some questions about bones. This is round 5, so go ahead and get your answer forms ready for round 5. And here's question number 1. What body part is composed of 3 large bones, the humerus, radius, and ulna? Question number 1 again. What body part is composed of 3 large bones, the humerus, the radius, and the ulna? Question 2. What was the name of the flag flown by pirate ships when they were about to attack, the most well-known design for which features a skull and crossbones? Number 2 again. What was the name of the flag flown by pirate ships when they were about to attack, the most well-known design for which features a skull and crossbones? Question 3. What do you call the fibrous bands of connective tissue that attach bones to other bones? Number 3 again. What do you call the fibrous bands of connective tissue that attach bones to other bones? Question number 4. Who played Dr. Temperance Bones Brennan, the main character on the Fox TV show Bones? Number 4, again, who played Dr. Temperance Bones Brennan, the main character on the Fox TV show Bones? Question number 5. What long, flat bone is shaped like a necktie and composed of 3 parts, the manubrium, the gladiolus, and the xiphoid process? Number 5 again. What long, flat bone is shaped like a necktie and composed of 3 parts, the manubrium, the gladiolus, and the xiphoid process? Here's question 6. Trepanation was an ancient surgical procedure where a hole was drilled through what bone in order to release pressure or release evil spirits? Number 6 again. Trepanation was an ancient surgical procedure where a hole was drilled through what bone in order to release either pressure or evil spirits? And our final question about bones. You have carpal and metacarpal bones in your hands. What corresponding bones can be found in your feet? Just give me either one of them is fine. You don't have to say both. But number 7 again, you have carpal and metacarpal bones in your hands. What corresponding bones can be found in your feet? That is all I got for you about bones. I'm going to put 2 minutes on the clock here. You got 2 minutes to get your answers turned in for round 5, starting now. Got about a minute left to get those answers in for round 5. All right, last call for round 5 answers. Let's go over our answers here for round 5, all about bones. Question number 1 was, what body part is composed of 3 large bones, the humerus, the radius, and the ulna? I think everybody got this one right. That's the arm. Number 2, what was the name of the flag flown by pirate ships when they were about to attack? The most well-known design for which features a skull and crossbones. That's called the Jolly Roger. The Jolly Roger. Number 3, what do you call the fibrous bands of connective tissue that attach bones to other bones? Ligaments is the answer. I'm surprised nobody put tendons, actually. I always get those mixed up. But tendons connect bones to muscles, and ligaments connect bones to bones. Number 4, who played Dr. Temperance Bones Brennan, the main character on the Fox TV show Bones? Her name is Emily Deschanel. Number 5, what long flat bone is shaped like a necktie and composed of 3 parts? The manubrium, the gladiolus, and the xiphoid process. That's the sternum or the breastbone. Either one of those gets you the point. Number 6, trepanation was an ancient surgical procedure where a hole was drilled through what bone in order to release pressure or evil spirits? That's the skull. Doesn't sound particularly pleasant. But I guess if you have evil spirits, you do what you got to do. Or pressure. Yeah, right. Or pressure. Number 7, you have carpal and metacarpal bones in your hands. What corresponding bones can be found in your feet? Those are your tarsal and metatarsal bones. So tarsal or metatarsal is the answer. I think we did have a couple of teams that got 7 out of 7 that time. Let's see, who was that? BAC and Pinky in the Brain, I think, got perfect scores on our bones round. So nice work, guys. Round 6, as usual, is going to be our music round, our audio round. Our music round tonight is also our sports round, or at least sports adjacent. I told you I had a couple rounds tonight about Ohio State football starting back up. So our audio round tonight is going to be college fight songs. I'm going to play marching band. I think these are all fight songs, or 1 or 2 of them might not be the official fight song, but they're still marching band performances that are associated with one particular college. I just want you to name the college that we're talking about, or that these fight songs belong to. Hopefully, if you don't know them, at least you've heard all of these. At least they'll sound familiar. So here we go with college fight songs. Question number 1. Yell at me or wave your arms around or something if it's like coming out way too loud or not loud enough or something through these speakers, because it's a different system than the microphone. So here we go. Hopefully it'll work. That was number 1. Everybody hear it okay? Yeah? All right. That was number 1. Here is number 2. Number 3. This is number 4. Number 5. Number 6. And number 7. I'll play through those all one more time here. So here they are again. I'm just looking for the name of the college that's associated with that fight song. All right, that's it for the college fight songs. You got about a minute or so to get those answers into me. Last call for round 6 answers. All right, let's go over our answers here for round 6. The marching band fight songs. You heard number 1, that was Notre Dame. Number 2 was the Florida State Seminoles. Number 3, that's the Air Force uses that as sort of a theme for all kinds of stuff, but the Air Force Academy also uses it for the fight song. So Air Force or Air Force Academy is the right answer for that one. Number 4, that's On Wisconsin. That's Wisconsin's fight song. Number 5, that was Oklahoma. Number 6, sorry for playing it, but it might be the best fight song in the Big Ten, even though I know, yeah, I don't root for them, but I do like their fight song. That's Michigan. And number 7, that is the Trojans of Southern California. If you put USC, I assume you were talking about South Carolina and did not give you the point. No, I'm just kidding. That's USC is fine. But that's the USC Trojans. That's North Carolina's the Tar Heels. So I think we did have no perfect scores that time, but we did have a couple of 6s out of 7s. We'll keep moving here. Round 7. Round 7 is going to be a movie round. This is going to be a casting call round. So I'm going to give you 3 actors. I want you to tell me what movie they were in together. For tonight's casting call, it's going to be casting call from the year 2000. So all of these movies are 20 years old this year. 2000 casting call is the category. Again, the way this works, I'm going to read 3 actors' names. I just want you to tell me what 2000 movie they were all in together. So go ahead and get your answer sheets ready for round 7. And here's question number 1. Russell Crowe, Joaquin Phoenix, Connie Nielsen. Question number 1 again. Russell Crowe, Joaquin Phoenix, and Connie Nielsen. Number 2, George Clooney, John Turturro, Tim Blake Nelson. Number 2 again, George Clooney, John Turturro, and Tim Blake Nelson. Again, these are all movies that came out in the year 2000. Question number 3, Benicio del Toro, Don Cheadle, Catherine Zeta-Jones. Number 3 again, Benicio del Toro, Don Cheadle, and Catherine Zeta-Jones. Question number 4, Patrick Fugit, Kate Hudson, and Billy Crudup. Number 4 again, Patrick Fugit, Kate Hudson, and Billy Crudup. Number 5, Chow Yun-fat, Michelle Yeoh, and Zhang Ziyi. Number 5 again, Chow Yun-fat, Michelle Yeoh, and Zhang Ziyi. Question 6, Mel Gibson, Helen Hunt, Marissa Tomei. Number 6 again, Mel Gibson, Helen Hunt, and Marissa Tomei. And question 7, Halle Berry, Famke Janssen, Anna Paquin. Number 7 again for 2000 casting call, Halle Berry, Famke Janssen, and Anna Paquin. Got a couple of minutes to get those answers filled out and turned into me. Oh, we already got some of you turning answers in quick on that one. That's good. Yeah, sure. The second one again, George Clooney, John Turturro, and Tim Blake Nelson. I do not have an answer yet for BAC. Oh, yeah, I do. There it is. Oh, no, I got your round 6 answer again. Actually, not your round 7 answer. Oh, you deleted all of them? Do you need them again real quick? Yeah, that's okay. Number 1, Russell Crowe, Joaquin Phoenix, Connie Nielsen. Number 2, George Clooney, John Turturro, and Tim Blake Nelson. Number 3, Benicio del Toro, Don Cheadle, and Catherine Zeta-Jones. Number 4, Patrick Fugit, Kate Hudson, and Billy Crudup. Number 5, Chow Yun-Fat, Michelle Yeoh, and Zhang Ziyi. Number 6, Mel Gibson, Helen Hunt, and Marissa Tomei. And number 7, Halle Berry, Famke Janssen, and Anna Paquin. All right, go ahead and get those answers into me if you haven't done so already. I think yours are the only answers I'm waiting on, BAC. There we go. That looks like all our answers in now. Oh, that's all right, yeah. I know technical difficulties are kind of the name of the game around here, so no problem. Let's go over our answers for round 7. Number 1, Russell Crowe, Joaquin Phoenix, and Connie Nielsen. They were all in Gladiator together. I think everybody got that one. Number 2, George Clooney, John Turturro, and Tim Blake Nelson. A few of you guessed Ocean's 11. George Clooney was in that with about 100 other people, but that's not Right, I don't think John Turturro or Tim Blake Nelson was in that one. This is actually one of my favorite movies. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou is the answer. Number 3, Benicio del Toro, Don Cheadle, and Catherine Zeta-Jones were all in Traffic. Number 4, Patrick Fugit, Kate Hudson, and Billy Crudup. Patrick Fugit, I don't know if he's been in anything else. I'm sure he has, but he was the main character in this movie. Almost Famous. Almost Famous is the answer. Number 5, Chow Yun-fat, Michelle Yeoh, and Zhang Ziyi were all in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Number 6, Mel Gibson, Helen Hunt, and Marissa Tomei. This is a movie that has not aged particularly well. That's What Women Want. And number 7, Halle Berry, Famke Janssen, and Anna Paquin. They were all X-Men, or X-Women, I guess. But X-Men is the answer. They were Storm, Jean Grey, and Rogue in the X-Men. I think Pinky and the Brain was our only perfect score that time. So nice work, Pinky and the Brain. Let's check in with our leaderboard as we go into our final round here. Be just a second. All right, I think I've got all our scores correct here. So right now the City Socialists are in 8th place, 21 points for the City Socialists, followed by the Ringers. They have 22 points. Trivia has 23 points, followed by Shove It Up Your Butt with 25 points. Currently in 4th place with 28 points is NyQuil Jordan. In 3rd place with 30 points is BAC. Tycho is currently in 2nd place with 32 points, and Pinky and the Brain kind of running away with it after the perfect score on that movie round. They have 42 points. They're going to be tough to catch, but the last round is worth double, so 2 points per question. Anything is possible. Not anything is possible, but some things are possible. Our final round is going to be like a wordplay round. I'm calling it OHIO. All of the answers are going to have the letters O, H, I, and O in them in that order, although not necessarily together, not consecutive, but in that order. So all these answers will have the letters O, H, I, O in that order in them. Hopefully that makes sense. So here is our round. We're going to get out of here just a little bit early, it looks like, but that's all right. Round 8. Go ahead and get your round 8 answer sheets ready. And here is question number 1 for our OHIO category. What period in American history began with the ratification of the 18th Amendment to the Constitution and ended with the ratification of the 21st Amendment? Question 1 again. What period in American history began with the ratification of the 18th Amendment to the Constitution and ended with the ratification of the 21st Amendment? Question number 2. Who was the Emperor of Japan who made the decision to surrender to Allied forces in August 1945? Question 2 again. Who was the Emperor of Japan who made the decision to surrender to Allied forces in August 1945? Question number 3. Italian author Carlo Collodi is best known as the creator of what prevaricating character? Number 3 again. Italian author Carlo Collodi is best known as the creator of what prevaricating character? You need me to say it again? Oh, okay. Number 4. Sugar, bitters, and whiskey are the ingredients in what classic cocktail, the favorite of Don Draper? Number 4 again. Sugar, bitters, and whiskey are the ingredients in what classic cocktail, the favorite of Don Draper? Here's question number 5. What English author is responsible for the 1667 epic poem Paradise Lost? Number 5 again. What English author was responsible for the 1667 epic poem Paradise Lost? Question number 6. More than 80% of cases of what kind of cancer affecting the lining of the lungs are caused by exposure to asbestos? Number 6 again. More than 80% of cases of what kind of cancer affecting the lining of the lungs are caused by exposure to asbestos? You've probably heard about it from all the lawyer commercials. And this is our final question of the night. The name of what character, appearing in works by Cervantes, Goethe, and Nicholas Rowe, has come to refer to any unscrupulous seducer of women? Number 7 again. The name of what character, appearing in works by Cervantes, Goethe, and Nicholas Rowe, has come to refer to any unscrupulous seducer of women? That is it for our final round. Those questions are worth 2 points apiece. You got 2 minutes to get those answers turned into me. By the way, the answer to question number 1 in our final round will be the promo code for the week. So if you're playing from home, use that to get 10% off your next order online. That code's good between now and next Wednesday. Got about 30 seconds left to get your answers in for our final round. All right, go ahead and get those answers into me if you haven't done so already. I know a couple of those were tougher questions. Hopefully the OHIO thing helped you out just a little bit. Just waiting on a couple of teams to get their answers in here, and then we'll go over our final standings and not award any prizes since we're not doing that. But don't forget to let your bartender know you were playing trivia or show them that paper or whatever, and you will get 10% off your tab tonight just for playing. I feel like there's one team we haven't got their answers in yet, but I'm not going to wait anymore. We'll go on and we'll go read our answers here for round 8. Hopefully it'll pop up here as we get going. Round 8, question number 1. What period in American history began with the ratification of the 18th Amendment to the Constitution and ended with the ratification of the 21st Amendment, which repealed the 18th Amendment? That's Prohibition. Prohibition is the answer. Number 2, who was the Emperor of Japan who made the decision to surrender to Allied forces in August 1945? His name was Hirohito. Number 3, Italian author Carlo Collodi is best known as the creator of what prevaricating character? Pinocchio. Pinocchio is the answer. Number 4, sugar, bitters, and whiskey are the ingredients in what classic cocktail, the favorite of Don Draper? I think everybody got this one. That's an old-fashioned. Number 5 was who wrote Paradise Lost? What English author wrote Paradise Lost? His name was John Milton. Number 6, more than 80% of cases of what kind of cancer affecting the lining of the lungs are caused by exposure to asbestos? That's mesothelioma. And number 7, the name of what character appearing in works by Cervantes, Goethe, and Nicholas Rowe has come to mean any unscrupulous seducer of women? That's Lothario. Lothario is the answer. No perfect scores that time, but we did have 6 out of 7. I don't think our standings changed any, but let's check in with our top 3 here. So finishing in 3rd place looks like was Tycho. 37 points for Tycho. 2nd place was BAC. They finished with 38 points, and Pinky and the Brain really ran away with it. They had two good rounds at the very end there. So they finished with 54 points, which is a really good score. So congratulations to Pinky and the Brain. Thanks to everybody for playing. Don't forget to let your bartenders know you were playing so you get that 10% off your tab. We do this every Wednesday night, at least as long as the weather holds out. So hopefully I'll see you next week. I'll try to come up with some spooky categories for next week, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Thanks a lot for playing, guys. 63. Yep. No, they play at home. Yeah.